Hey guys, Matt Bell with the Electric Violin Shop. We're going to do a review for you guys of a bunch of different pickups and mics that we have for your acoustic violin. Yes, it is possible to play an acoustic violin plugged in. Yes, we've got a whole wall of solid body electrics and dedicated acoustic electrics here. But some people, for a variety of reasons, and there's a bunch of good reasons, may want to put a mic or a pickup on the instrument that they've got. Maybe they've got a very expensive instrument and they want to make sure that they've got a way to put a pickup or a mic on that very expensive instrument. Maybe they just like the sound, or maybe their budget is not that they can afford the $3,000 acoustic or electric that they want. And they're like, listen, I just want to spend a couple $100 and put a pickup on the instrument I got. So all very legitimate reasons to do a pickup or a mic instead of a dedicated electric or an acoustic electric. So here's a review here. Let's talk about our methodology. You're going to hear three different sounds during each pickup. So the first one, we're going to take my acoustic violin, and yes, I do own an acoustic violin. I'm so sorry if I burst anybody's bubble with that. But I'm going to play my acoustic violin just by itself into the room, and the Samson G-Track Pro interface that I'm using here is going to pick up that instrument in the room. So you just hear what the instrument sounds like. Then you're going to see me reaching over and turning some knobs. And so I'm turning off the mic in the room. I'm turning on the input so that only you're going to get just the pickup or the mic sound off the instrument, just the pickup sound. Now I am throwing just a little bit of reverb on there just so that it doesn't feel like it's pushed up against your face. So number two will be just the pickup. And then number three, I'm going to reach over again and turn on the mic in the room, and you'll be able to hear the pickup sound, the direct pickup sound blended with the violin in the room. So that's going to be a little more representative of what your audience is going to hear. Now, we do have to acknowledge that putting a device on your violin that is designed to pull vibrations off of that violin is going to affect the sound of your violin. It is going to change the sound of your violin. It's not a whole lot, but it's a little bit. So just if you're a tone freak like me, you are going to notice that, wow, this thing doesn't really jump the way it usually did before. Remember that the most important thing is what your audience hears. So the important thing is that your audience is going to hear, especially in a small room, they're going to hear a blend between what's underneath your ear and what's coming out of the speaker. That's what matters. Yes, we're going to have to the laws of physics require that we give up a little bit when we add a pickup or a mic to the instrument. So in order to help you gauge how much each one of these devices affects the tone of your instrument, I'm going to get a quick video here of me playing my acoustic violin with nothing on it. There's no devices on it. It's just the instrument in the room, and then you'll be able to go back and hear, say if you're interested in a one of the pickups later on, you can go back and hear the instrument, my instrument, with nothing mounted on it, and then you can hear the instrument with something mounted on it. All right, so the very first pickup that we're going to talk about is the Kremona pickup. You see two prices there, the $89 and $119. One has just a regular jack on it, and the other one has a jack with a volume knob on it. So we're going to show a little quick video here about how to put that pickup in. It slides right into the wing slot of your bridge. I didn't have to make any adjustments to my bridge for that to slide in there. You want it to be nice and tight, not so tight that it scares you to put it in, but tight enough that it gets some nice quality connection there. And this is the jack that has the volume knob on it. And make sure that you're using a chin rest tool. There's one that comes with it. Make sure you're using the tool to put this thing in so you don't scratch the side of your violin like that little scratch you see right there. And yeah, I had a very sad day when I scratched my violin. All right, so the very next pickup we're going to talk about is the Barcus-Berry. It mounts on the side of the bridge rather than going into the wing slot. You can see here that there's two screws on there. One of them is going to go just against the bottom of the foot of the bridge. You can see where that fits. And then the second one you have to tighten with a jeweler's screwdriver to get a nice contact on the bridge itself. All right, the next one is the Realist pickup. This is one that's got a little bit more of an involved installation here. So we're going to show you where I've got a bridge jack. And if you don't have a bridge jack and you're trying to install this pickup, that's going to be hazardous and treacherous and scary. So what a bridge jack does is it holds the tension on the instrument of the strings so that I can lift up the bridge and slide the pickup underneath it. Luckily I've got geared pegs on my instrument here, so I'm going to jack up. I'm going to lift this bridge jack up to release the tension off of my bridge so that I can slide the pickup underneath those strings, or underneath the bridge itself. So you see me tightening up here, and I'm checking a couple times to make sure I've still got enough tension on there that my sound post isn't going to fall, so I don't have to cuss. So you see me loosening making sure the bridge is a little bit loose here. It's a nice open tuning. I'm sure Ross Holmes could play something with that. So we raise that up enough, and still got tension on there. The sound post isn't going to fall. This little pickup element slides underneath the bridge, and then we're going to set that back down. Lower the bridge jack, get it in place between the notches on your F holes there. Make sure that it's nice and straight up and down, and then we'll lower the bridge jack, tune the instrument, and attach the jack. So here's the jack, how it attaches to the side of the instrument. Just slide it on there, turn a little wheel, make it nice and tight so that when you stick the cable in, it doesn't come off. All right, the next is a Fishman pickup, and you're going to see two prices here as well. One of those is the $149.95, has a standard carpenter jack like the other ones, mounts on the side of the instrument. Stick your 1/4 inch in there. The lower price is for a jack that mounts on your tailpiece, and we're going to show you that in the video here in a second.
Yep.
So first, to stick the element in, it just goes in that wing slide of your bridge. It's a little sort of a brass looking wedge. Slides in there nice and easy. And then this is the lower priced jack, and it just zip ties. It literally just zip ties to your tailpiece. All right, the next one is the band. The band is a really popular pickup because there are some people who really don't want anything touching their bridge. They don't want clamps on the side of the instrument. This one literally just attaches with Velcro. You just slide it underneath between the bridge and the tailpiece. Sort of wraps around that hippie part of the instrument there. Not hippie like me, like I do long hair, like the hip part. So it just, and then it attaches with Velcro. Want to make sure it's nice and tight. The tighter it is, the better it's going to sound. All right, the MiSi pickup is very, very similar to the Kremona pickup. The biggest difference is that it has a MiSi preamp built into the jack. The way the MiSi preamp works is it's got a supercapacitor that powers it, and you plug there's a plug that's included with it. You plug the plug into the wall, plug it into the jack to charge the supercapacitor that's in there. And in about 60 seconds of charging time, it gives you like 6 to 8 hours of playing time with a nice active pickup, so you can plug into lots and lots of different things. And then just here's what the jack looks like, and it's got the supercapacitor in there. Just put it on there, tighten it, you're good to go. Okay, now we come to the Schertler Dyn-V. They actually have a Stat V pickup as well that a lot of people like. Couldn't really test that one, and the reason is that you have to carve down a piece of cork to fit inside your bridge, and we weren't going to sacrifice a very expensive pickup in order to fit it to my violin to do this video. The Dyn-V is you've got to attach it to the back of the violin with some putty, and the putty is included, and it's totally reusable. So you see I'm rubbing this putty together in my hands. You make it like a little little putty worm, and then the putty worm goes around the element of the pickup, sort of join it together like so. So fit it on there like that. Let me talk to my videographer there. Wrap that thing around there and get it on the, nice and round around there, so you've got a nice seal. And then just goes on the back of the instrument like so. Hoo-ah.
Yeah, I did.
Then it goes, you've got a little jack that mounts onto your tailpiece, and then a cable that goes to an XLR. All right, so that sort of wraps it up for the pickups today. Now we've got two microphones that we want you to hear. The first is the Provider Series mic, and this is one that would compete with one that has the initials DUPA. I'm not going to say the name because we don't carry them anymore. It's a long story. But you know, if you were to take the word DUPA and spell that out, you know which mic I'm talking about. The Provider Series is actually a little cheaper than the DUPA mic, but I think you'll be really impressed with this. It comes with a bunch of connections to hook it up to like a wide variety of instruments. This is what the violin connection looks like. Just to connect that little micro dot connector, and then this thing just pops onto the side of the instrument. Bloop. And then you bend the microphone and stick it over the F-hole so it's out of the way of your bow. That's what I would do. All right, and last but not least, the iSolo microphone. This is a cool little mic. It's got a a little pedal, and it's got a receiver and a transmitter. It's actually a wireless microphone. So you see the transmitter mounted onto my instrument. You just stick it on there with a little sticky pad, and then it throws to a little receiver. Then a 1/4 inch comes out of the receiver and goes into your pedal board. And here is that microphone. So there it is. That wraps up the mic and pickup shootout. If you want more information on these mics and pickups, you can head over to our website, electricviolinshop.com. You can find all the social stuff right here up in the corner: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all of that. So we will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for hanging out.